requests for it, and I finally got around to doing this video. Sorry for taking so long, but I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and the look that I came up with, and let's get right into it. So I'm starting out with my eyes, and I'm using this NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I always start my makeup with my eyes just because I find it's easier if I go like too low, or if I mess up, I can always fix it with foundation. If there's fallout or anything like that, I could always go over it with when I do my foundation and fix it that way. I'm going to start out with this very basically plain white matte shade, and I'm using a Sigma E55 brush, and I'm just going to put that in the inner corner of my eye and basically right up until the middle of my eyelid. And I'm gonna try to pat that on kind of heavy. So now that I look kind of crazy, I'm gonna try to add some color, and I'm going to use this Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Creme Brûlée, and it's just pretty much a skin-toned transition color, and I'm gonna put this in the corner of my eye, right here in the outer corner. I'm using a Coastal Scents brush. It's just kind of a shader brush, kind of not a shader brush, a blending brush. So I'm just going to kind of start building some color, but I'm only going to concentrate the color on the very outside of my eye. I'm going to continue intensifying the color with this Swiss Chocolate shade by MAC, and I'm just going to continue putting it in the the outside corner of my eye, and I'm going to use a more pointed brush. This is the Small Tapered Blending Brush by Sigma. It's the E45, and I'm just going to add more color, and I'm going to concentrate it very, very carefully right in the outside corner. And going in with my blending brush, I'm just going to try to blend all those colors together. I didn't dip the brush into any more color. I'm just kind of using the residual Creme Brûlée shade color that was on it, and trying to soften it up so it's more controlled. And I'm going to continue intensifying that color with this really, really deep, it looks kind of burgundy, but it's actually just a deep brown. And this is from the It's Judy Time eyeshadow palette, but really you can use any color that looks, similar to it. That's a deep brown. This has shimmer in it, but it doesn't really show up as much when you try to put it on. So I'm using the same brush, just dipping it into that color and continuing to just concentrate it in that corner of the eye. And I'm doing a very, very small V motion just to continue, building that depth and that drama to the eye look. And going back over with the blending brush and trying to, again, blend everything in really well so it's a kind of a cohesive, smooth transition between all the colors. When it gets down to the darkest color, it might be a better idea to use a smaller brush if you have one. I'm going to try this just placement brush. It's by Sonia Kashuk. It's number 106. But I'm going to go back into that same dark color and try to just concentrate it into one specific area so it doesn't, get too dark, all over your eye. Basically, you want to keep it very controlled. And it's a lot easier to do with a smaller brush. And then I'm just using a clean, small blending brush by Sigma E36 to just go over those, edges in that dark area that I just placed, and then just kind of blend it all in. Now I'm using the Color Tattoo Pure Pigment. This is in color Barely Brazen. It's right there. And it's basically a very shimmery, I hope you can see the color. Very shimmery, light, kind of like, not brown, but I'll show you on my finger. That's what it looks like, just a golden pigment. And I'm going to try this with my finger and just put it all over this white area that we did in the very beginning. And that'll just make it pop a little bit and give it some color so it's not just, a straight up white shade. We don't want that. Then I am using Shimma from Makeup Geek, and I'm going to use just the same eyeshadow E55 brush, and I'm going to place that on top of the pigment that we placed, just to kind of bump it up a notch. And of course you have to now go back and fix, you know, the corners and make sure, just using the same blending brush that you used before. And going back into this matte white shade that we used in the beginning, I'm just gonna use that same brush and put it right above the color, you know, the corner, and right under the eyebrow basically. And so this is usually when I stop with the eyes and I go onto the face. I'm definitely not done with the eye look, but I find that when I do my face, I kind of see the fuller picture better and I can tweak things where I want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my foundation. The foundation that I'm going to use today is this Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour foundation. I think they've changed the packaging since I bought this, but this is a really good foundation. It's pretty, you know, hardcore. It's going to last you the whole day. If you don't like this one, there's many other foundations you can try that'll last you through your entire wedding day. The one that I love and everyone loves is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. My shade is 1W Sand. I'm usually an NC25 in MAC. If you want to go the drugstore route, you can do the Rebel in Color Stay. This shade is the 180 Sand Beige. Also works really, really great. I used this Loreal Magic Lumi before. I'm actually going to use this today underneath this Rimmel foundation. It just gives you a slight glow. It's not shimmery or anything intense like that, but I feel that it gives you just that extra, you know, kind of a glow underneath your foundation. So I just use this. It's very metallic when you first kind of, you know, put it on your face, but as you blend it, it actually, it's not bad. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to blend it just on my cheeks. Where you would usually highlight the face is where I would place that. And I am using the Sigma Flat Kabuki brush. It's the F80. I'm just going to buff that in. And I'm starting with a little bit of it, and I'm likely going to have to add more just to cover all my acne and spots and discoloration. And when I do the foundation, I make sure to just clean up under the eye area. So if my eyeshadow got a little too low, you want to use the brush and just kind of clean it up and kind of, you know, move it all upward so that your eyeshadows are pointed up and not drooping your eyes down. Moving on with the concealer. A great high-end concealer is this MAC Pro Longwear. I am in shade NC15, NC20. This is NC15. But today I'm going to try to use this NYX HD Photogenic Photogenic concealer. I have two shades. One is Beige, CW04. The other one is Porcelain. And I kind of combine them two because one is too dark, the other one is too light. Porcelain is a bit too light, but I still combine them. So this one I use kind of for, you know, if I have any dark circles, which I do, and I put that under my eyes, blend that out with my fingers, and then I go on top of that with the Porcelain to do the highlighting. So this is the Porcelain. This Infallible Pro Matte Powder by Loreal. I can't find the shade. I think the shade was right here on the sticker, and then once I opened it, I threw it away. It's gone forever, so I don't know what shade I'm in. But, you know, find something that's close to your shade. And I'm first going to just set my face with this powder. And then for the mattifying, I'm going to use this Rimmel Stay Matte in Sandstorm 004. This has worked great for me to keep my face matte, and I'm just going to put it in the center of my face in the T-zone where I get shining. I'm using this Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil, and this is in light and medium matte bronze. And I'm also using this, just a Beige Cosmetics angled stipple brush. It's not a stipple brush, it's just an angled brush. And and I already kind of started applying it here. I just like to tap it and apply the color that way. And so I tap it into the bronzer, and then I just kind of, you know, tap it right under my cheekbones. And I find that that way the application is very smooth and gradual, and you don't get any like sharp lines. I'm gonna try to do a very light look blush with maybe this color and mix in a little pink, maybe this right here, these two. I'm using this is a Morphe brush. I got it in the set. It doesn't have a number or anything like that. And the blush is the Beige Cosmetics 10 blush palette. These are extremely pigmented, so you have to be very, very careful. I tapped the brush in and I dusted it off, and you know, you still get a very, very pigmented look. So be careful with those if you're going to use them. And for highlighter, I'm using my absolute favorite combination. It is the Doll 10 H2 Glow highlighter in Champagne. It's a cream highlighter, so I'm just using this e.l.f. small stipple brush. Just swirl it around in there, and I stipple it on my cheekbones. And this is just, I'm crazy about this highlighter. I absolutely love it. It's very subtle, but it gives you that glow, and I love that it's creamy because it doesn't really, you know, add to the, you know, powdery look. If you're using a lot of powder products, it kind of dilutes everything. I'm going to use this Hourglass palette, and I usually use this middle shade right here. It's called Incandescent Light, and I use the same brush and just dab it in and go over the same areas just to kind of set that cream. So now that my face is more or less done, I can kind of get the whole look of what my eye makeup will look like. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my eyebrows as well before I proceed with the eyes and finish them off. And so I'm just going to brush them up. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. This is in dark brown. And so I'm just gonna do one eye on camera. I start out in the middle and then just kind of follow the shape of my eyes. So I did my eyebrows just really quickly, and I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes with this Physicians Formula eye booster. I absolutely love this liquid liner. This is an ultra black. So now that my eyeliner is done, I can go ahead and finish the eye look with the bottom lash. I'm going to use the same, I'm just gonna start out with the darkest color, this one right here. And it's just a smudger brush by Sigma, it's the E21. I'm going to start with this in the outer corner. Swiss Chocolate by MAC. And kind of take that and smudge those two colors together and drag it towards the center of my eye. And then I'm going to continue with the Creme Brûlée by Makeup Geek, if I can get it out to show you guys. There we go. Continue on. I'm going to end with this white matte color mixed with the Shimma by Makeup Geek and do the very inside corner. And I'm using the Rocket Maybelline in black waterproof formula to apply just the, the bottom coat, the first coat on my eyelashes, and I'm gonna apply false lashes after that. And for my false lashes, I'm going to use the Ardell Professional Demi Wispies. So, if you guys have not done false eyelashes or don't do them often, definitely practice many times before your wedding day. I don't do fake eyelashes really often, and I haven't done them in a long time, and they give me a lot of problems. It took me like 10 minutes probably to put them on. But now that they're on, always go in with a eyelash curler and just kind of press them together. Press your false lashes and your real ones together. It just makes it look way more natural. It lifts them up. It makes you, it feels more comfortable because it kind of like puts them in place, I guess. So definitely always do that. Just be sure that your glue is dry when you do that, and then you should be fine. And it definitely feels a lot better once you do that. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to my lips. I am using this Jordana Easy Liner lip liner, and it's in Baby Berry. And I'm going to line my lips and fill them in. And to go over that, I'm going to use this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Tokyo. This combination was a part of my monthly favorites for the month of March, and I still love it. I think it creates just this perfect soft kind of pink, and I think it's perfect for wedding day. Also, this is a trick I learned from Candy Johnson. Take this Shimma shade or something shiny and kind of white, you know, light, and if you put it right in the middle of your lip, it just makes them look really, you know, full and pouty, and it has this like light reflective thing. I should really try to talk when I'm not messing with my lips, but it adds a little something to your lips, and it just looks so much better. I love that. And that's the look that I get. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I was kind of going back and forth between doing a colorful look or just doing a, you know, very neutral kind of a brown look, because I like brown because it works for most eye shades. I was considering a kind of a purple lavender look, and I actually tried it out. I'll put a picture here, but decided to go with the more classic look. But if you do want a tutorial for that purple kind of lavender look that I did, let me know and I'll film it and recreate that look for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys, if it's too bright for you, just go ahead and pair it with a more nude, less pink lip, and it'll look way more, you know, kind of subdued. But I think it's nice to have a little pink in your lips so you're not washed out when you take photos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, just comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I hope you guys stick around for some more videos coming up. Thanks. Bye.